and welcome to Knit and 8-Bit. It's our first time going live.
That's right.
So, episode 4, but the first time we're doing this live.
Yep, so welcome everybody.
Welcome.
I'm going to forget where the cameras are because we've got a few.
Mm-hmm. Same. Because we're not used to doing it this way.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we're giving this a try.
Cool.
We're finding it difficult to find a time for recording, find a time for the editing, get that out in a timely fashion. So why not just...
not edited at all.
Yeah.
It's all my fault because I'm too picky and meticulous about things. So.
Well, you make a very good product, very good podcast. So we're gonna try this, see if it works out for us.
Okay. So shall we start with our first segment?
Sure. It is. Oh, thank you. And our first segment.
No? Nothing? Buffering? Downloading?
Okay. Well, first
It's
segment.
okay, I'll edit that out later.
Right, because that's what we'll do.
No. We're live.
All right. Why did that happen? All right.
All right. So our first segment today is hands-on. Why don't you start us off, dear? What have you had your hands on this week?
Well, may I have my hands on?
This month, since last we talked.
Since last we spoke, I did some lots of pinball.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely quite a bit of pinball. The most recent thing that I wanted to talk about in regards to pinball was to say that I'll talk more specifically about newer stuff at PinFest during our next segment. But for this segment, let's talk about The Hobbit. The Hobbit is a pinball machine from Jersey Jack Pinball. It is the second machine they ever came out with, and it's at Pinball Gallery in Malvern, PA. So I actually just went over there today because I'm in the pinball league, and I needed to get my games in because I was away on Thursday, so I was not able to get down there. So got my games in and played a game of The Hobbit, and it was quite a bit of fun. It's themed off the movie or the series of movies. It is one of the kind of exciting parts about it is that when the ball drains to the left or right entryway into the flipper, left or right flipper, it will activate a pop-up. And the characters, if you've ever seen a pinball machine with pop-up bash toys, it pops
like
out of the playfield.
Like the Trolls in Medieval Madness.
Like the Trolls in Medieval Madness. Like the Scoleri brothers in Ghostbusters. But these are full, it is the head of whatever beast you have to attack. So
and there's different ones.
Yeah, there's an ogre, there's a warg, there's the spider, or spiders. So you're just seeing the head.
Okay.
And pops up. If you have a limited amount of time to hit it, and if you hit it, you get points. If you hit a lot of them over the course of time, you get bonuses at the end of each ball when you drain. So I had a lot of fun with that. And what's really neat about the Jersey Jack games is not only do they have, your regular high scores and things like that, they also have daily high scores. So it was nice to be able to play the game. And though I am not going to be able to beat someone who's playing that game every day, I was able to set a today's high score #1 for playing today.
Cool.
So it felt
neat.
Rewarding. It's always awesome to put your initials in a game. So that was cool.
I've done it. I know.
Mm-hmm. You have.
Mine held up for more than a day.
Yeah, and yours was not just for the day. It was a high score period.
I'm still riding that high. That happened like 2-3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right. Other than that, NBA Playgrounds is I paused it. No big deal. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I didn't say anything. I'm playing NBA Playgrounds on the Switch. which is a smaller team built game. It's kind of like NBA Jam, but not by EA, not by like the big publishers. So it's not as robust. It doesn't feel as fresh as NBA Jam was. The commentary's not as exciting and fun. The controls are a little wonkier than you'd expect. But since NBA Jam has not come out with a new release in several years, like probably 5 years, I'd say.
Has it been that long?
It's been a while.
Wow.
I really wanted a game like that, and this fills that need.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's games and pinball. Finally, very shortly, I've just started to get my hands on the newest characters to be released in that game, For Honor. And the Centurion and the Shinobi, and they're exciting to play. I need to learn a lot before I'm able to do anything with them. So that's what I've had my hands on. What have you had your hands on?
Awesome. I keep thinking of more things to add to the show notes because it's been so long since we recorded. So I haven't had my hands on a whole lot.
Because
no knitting because my hand
is off.
Is off. It's
here, so you can see what's happening, what they're seeing.
That's
That's your camera.
This is my camera. This is my splint that I am in for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yep.
For tendonitis, which totally sucks. So there's been no knitting, but I did fashion a lovely little cozy for my hand inside the splint out of a hand knitted sock that I had knitted a couple years ago, and its mate fell apart after a couple of wearings, and I was super bummed. So I kept this one to do something with, in hopes that, I don't know, make a puppet out of or something. Yeah. And I was like, hey, that'll be perfect. And it's nice because it's a cotton elastic blend yarn, so it's not so hot.
Gotcha. Okay, great.
Year, so. But what I have had my hands on, I'm still playing Fairway Solitaire on my phone. I talked about that a lot the last episode, so I'm still playing that. And also playing a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon pinball.
Oh, yes.
Because I think that happened since last we recorded.
That is likely the case. We got it at the end of April, so just after.
Yeah, so it's over there. It's not doing too well now.
It is currently...
I'm sure we'll get to that later.
There's a nay.
Okay. All right, so that's hands-on.
That's hands-on.
Shall we move on to our next segment?
We can certainly try to. All right, on to our next segment.
So our next segment is...
The latest.
What's the latest with you?
I want you to start.
Why?
Because you said it so weird. I
We always say it that way.
You do.
All right.
Maybe I sound like
the latest. So the latest in Yarn World. This is breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Time for some news.
I just got word today, for those of you who are local to us in Montgomery, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, that Traditions Yarn Shop in Doylestown, PA, is going out of business.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a relatively new shop.
Pour one out.
They didn't open that long ago, but I guess the proprietress is moving to Virginia. So the store is closing. So currently everything in the store is 30% off, and its last day of operation will be June 29th. So
get in on that.
If you're local to Doylestown, PA, get in and check it out. Traditions Yarn Shop. And then the latest in my other realm of interest, I'm sure everybody has heard of this, the latest news in LuLaRoe land. They have the Americana collection that was just released, so a lot of red, white, and blue kind of patriotic stuff for Memorial Day, 4th of July, that my mean husband won't let me buy any of. Because he's mean.
Because he's buying you all of the
LuLaRoe. And they also, the bigger announcement is that they have announced a partnership with Disney. It's going to be a 2-year partnership, making Disney printed all the things.
Disney printed leggings, Disney printed clothing,
Shirts, dresses,
shirts and stuff.
accessories, perhaps.
So take all of the excitement and love of everybody that enjoys LuLaRoe as a brand and the clothing that they make, and pair it with unique and interesting designs coming from the company that owns and controls all of the things that you hold dear and love. Put those together, and that's quite a thing.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been tons of speculation about. I mean, most of what we've seen so far has just been, you know, like kind of the Mickey Mouse ears, you know, that kind of stuff. But don't forget that Disney owns Marvel. Disney owns Star Wars. Wow, it's like we rehearsed that.
Pixar. Disney.
The beard is talking. ESPN Sports. You know.
Yay, sports.
Go sports ball. They own a lot of different IP and stuff.
And like in Disney World, Disneyland, like every
Castles,
ride
princesses,
that you'd want.
rides, Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. Would you wear a LuLaRoe shirt if it had Pirates of the Caribbean on it? Maybe.
I don't.
Because you love that.
I love Indiana Jones, which is, wouldn't that be owned by Disney? Because they own LucasArts or Lucas stuff.
Yeah.
They own Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I like Indiana Jones the most.
Yeah.
Then Iron Man.
So if there was like a Stormtrooper shirt.
We'll just have to see.
We'll have to see.
But yes, there's a good chance that they come out with something that I would say, hey, that looks cool. I might like that.
And I think it's a good branding move on their part to kind of get more stuff into the kids realm, and also for guys, you know, because men are into, you know, the Marvel and that kind of stuff.
The concern there is that really, like, you might like Disney, like you can like all things Disney and not care about Marvel or Star Wars, or you might like all things Star Wars and not care about all things Marvel and Disney. So on top of that, like, I like Marvel, but not everything about Marvel. Like, Iron Man's my man. If I got something with like Hawkeye on it, I mean, like, that purple archer is boring.
Well, I don't know. They haven't announced it.
So like,
so this is all speculation, but I think it's cool.
It's very exciting. My point is to say, like, for me having fandom of certain things, the idea of the LuLaRoe stuff's really exciting, but I also, like, I wouldn't go out of my way to, like, just say, like, oh, I'll get any of that shirt Disney.
Right.
I would have to see the one that I know that I'd like.
Well, that's how it is.
Yeah.
You hunt for your unicorn.
You hunt
Maybe
for your
unicorn is a stormtrooper. We don't know.
It might be.
Maybe your unicorn is Iron Man.
Darth Unicorn.
Darth Unicorn.
Yeah.
What's the latest in your world?
Well, since last we spoke, we are the owners of a roller coaster tycoon. We have had some, unfortunately, more recent trouble with the machine today. It was not having too much trouble as of late, but something did happen today that has been an issue that has occurred in the past. So that's frustrating. What is exciting is that we have a modern, I would describe it as modern pinball machine. It's come out in the last 20 years, which is modern for pinball.
It's younger than us.
It was built by, like, the company that still makes pinball machines, Stern, and it's got a DMD, which is a dot matrix display. So for anyone who might not know what that is or know what that means, it's just a simplified or pre-LED screen. It doesn't have LEDs, it has lights and bulbs for each individual display unit. So it's very pixelated, very like the old Nintendo games, things like that. And it's usually one color. You can get color DMDs and also LCD screens, LED screens that replace a DMD, but this one has one. It was built in the early aughts. And it's a blast. It's fun,
really fun.
family-friendly theme that has the roller coasters that are built into the game are the ramps that you're shooting down, the multi-balls. It has a multi-ball. It has a wizard mode, which basically means if you complete all of the individual modes of the pinball machine, you'll get to a mode in which there's no holds barred. Do what you got to do.
You've gotten the wizard mode on this, right?
I've gotten to the wizard mode on this for once. And it took me about half of the period of time in which the wizard mode is active to realize that it was everything on the playfield is multiplied, go nuts,
Right.
and you will always get the ball if it drains. So I was being so careful, I didn't realize like I should just be going nuts. So I learned my lesson. Really exciting. So I put up a really good high score on it for myself and for the house as the grand champion score, and it's something we can work to beat. So there's that, and then I also went to Pinfest.
In Allentown.
Yes, Pinfest was in Allentown, Pennsylvania. It is not even like top 5 biggest pinball shows in Pennsylvania, which surprised me. But that is because PAPA is or Pinburgh. They're the Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh area Pinball Association.
Okay.
And that's where the world headquarters for PAPA is. PAPA is the kind of main circuit for competitive pinball. That is where the world championships were held.
Oh, interesting.
That is where they will do a really big show called Replay FX, which will have all the different pinball kind of there for play and display. But I was at Pinfest, and that was really cool too. We were able to see brand new games that are not even out available to the public just yet from Jersey Jack, from American Pinball, and from
Spooky Pinball?
Spooky. Did we have Spooky Pinball? Spooky Pinball was not there with their new stuff. American Pinball is new. They're new. They have not ever made a machine before. And then I think it's Chicago Pinball or Chicago Amusements. I can't remember the name of the company, but basically Chicago is recreating classic arcade games. They did Medieval Madness. So the newer version of that was released in like 2015. And they're now going to release Attack from Mars, which is it's a fun machine. It's a neat machine to be able to see them recreate. American Pinball was there with a game called Houdini. That was designed by somebody who was in what I would describe as development hell. They really were having a hard time figuring out how they were going to ever be able to create this machine and bring it up to the public.
Interesting subject matter for a machine. That sounds pretty cool.
I think it is from the folks that the gentleman who presented it and originally was hired to design the game was the guy behind Theater of Magic. And I think his name is called John Papaduke.
Okay.
But he has stolen people's money by saying, I'm going to go make this machine. They give him millions of dollars. He never gets a machine out there. He also did the same thing with something called Magic Girl, which is now actually coming out to people. But it was one of those, again, that a lot of thought went behind. A lot of people thought this was going to be a big thing. It just never came to be. Now it's out, but it's not what the original concept was suggesting would be. Houdini was actually supposed to be by Papaduke. American Pinball cut ties with him and recreated it themselves with a different designer.
Interesting.
So it's exciting to see that kind of theme. They have there's real chains on the play field. It's a clockwork style, so there's gears on the bumpers. Really interesting design. Because it's a brand new company that's never launched a pinball machine before, I would not put money down on them being successful because I don't know.
But you hope.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And the other one that was there, as I said, was Jersey Jack, so I got to put my hands on Dialed In. And that's been one that I've been looking at a lot. I've been really excited to be able to see. I finally got to play it, and it's the best way I can describe that game is it is basically pinball plus SimCity with a focus on all of the disasters. So you have fallen into control of a cell phone that both can control the weather or control these disasters in some way, and the company that built the phone is after you. And you are, by playing through the pinball machine and activating these different disasters in the districts or fighting them off, you are watching the effects that you have on Quantum City. So it's very very neat, a neat game, and I was excited to play it, and even more excited to say that it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah. So how about you?
So that's the latest. Well, I did my
You did your latest. Okay, so now we're
first. So
we're
it's time
off
for
to
another segment.
Another segment. All right.
Deals and steals.
Deals and steals.
I'm peeking at your show notes and I'm dying to hear about your deals and steals.
Oh, this is a while ago. So I need some clarifications on it, but
so do I.
Well, we have. So Dunkin' Donuts did a
Dunkin' Donuts. All that I saw in your show notes was double D cups.
Yeah, DD
and
cups.
I was wondering if you got a really good deal on a new support garment.
A bro? A man's ear?
I don't
No.
know.
These are not double Ds.
Well.
That I'm aware of.
No.
I've never been checked.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Please.
Dunkin' Donuts cups.
Dunkin' Donuts cups. See, I would have edited that out, but I can't because we're live.
Live. And I'm going to clip it so it's a nice big feature. This is what you missed. My wife thinks I want to talk about the deals
I thought
and
he bought
steals.
me a new bra. I was really excited.
No, that didn't happen.
No.
All right, so and I don't even remember all of it so we've got iced coffee, portable plastic cups.
They're big plastic cups. They fit a medium iced coffee, which is like
22 ounce, 24 ounce. So we got them from a coupon from some sort of app thing.
In the app, the Dunkin' Donuts mobile app.
Dunkin' Donuts mobile app.
There was a coupon. If you buy a medium iced coffee,
Mm-hmm.
you would get this plastic mug for free.
Yep.
Super. And then you get cheap refills for the months of April and May. It was like $1.50 for a refill.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's usually like $2.50 for
Mm-hmm.
that iced coffee. We were going to get coffees on that day anyway, so we were like, all right, yeah, sure. So we both did it.
A lot.
Yeah, we both did it. We both got a cup. I've used it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I've probably used it 3 or 4 times. We're gonna go tomorrow.
Yep.
And use it again.
Yep, use it again tomorrow.
And then again on Monday.
Tomorrow is Monday.
Tuesday then. Let's just go
Sure.
nuts.
Why not Tuesday? But the big part of that was, for one, we love Tervises. We love any of those cups that can be reusable. That are Tervises. There you
With
go.
our picture on. Can they see that?
Yeah, they can see that. This is the camera that you're working on.
Yeah, I know. No, that is the camera.
I'm showing you what they see.
That's us. Okay.
The audio version of this podcast will be
It's going to
excellent.
be super.
But again, we've got to learn by trying, learn by doing, and we are learning and we are doing.
Yeah.
All right, so we got those cool cups. We used them a
Mm-hmm.
few times, saved a couple bucks, and in the end, I've saved at least 2 iced coffees worth of money by getting an iced coffee that got me that cup.
Yeah.
And we didn't pay anything for the cups.
That's right.
And you
Great.
have used it quite a bit more than that.
I use it a bunch. I have been going to Dunkin' Donuts a lot since I started my current job.
Sure. It's right down there.
It's right down there. And they actually just did a whole deals week. So they had like a different deal every day. I think I earned 4 free beverages in a week. And I earned another one yesterday because
Nice.
of you went and got us breakfast yesterday and got the iced coffees.
Mhm.
And I got enough points
For more.
for more. So then it auto reloaded today because I have it set to auto
Auto-reload.
reload the 28th of the month. Because by signing up for auto reload, you got enough points for a free beverage.
Nice.
So it
And
just
the auto
puts-
reload that we're talking about is that in the Dunkin' Donuts app,
Yes.
as many of these quick foods places are doing,
Mm-hmm.
you can download the app, you can put money on a card in the app, and you can basically cash out or pay for what you're buying
and with-
through the app.
With the Dunkin' Donuts, the mobile ordering is what I really love
Mhm.
because I have a toddler and I teach at daycare, so she drives with me in the car to work in the morning, and if I want to get coffee or something, I have to go somewhere with a drive-through. So because I just have to, I can't get a toddler in and out of the car with a hot coffee and the
What do
whole
you
thing.
know?
So I end up going to Dunkin' Donuts, and it's nice because I can order before I leave the house, and then I get there. It's like 3 minutes away. It's ready. I drive through the drive-thru, pick it up.
Mhm.
I don't have to pay. I don't have to show my phone. I don't have to do anything. I didn't
There
even
you go.
stop. On Friday, I was running late for work. I think I cruised through at like 3 miles an hour. The guy was hanging out the window. I'm like, thanks a lot. See you Monday. We sound like we're advertising. Dunkin' Donuts is not sponsoring this, but they should. So
The Habermans run on Dunkin'.
we run on Dunkin' for sure.
And since many of my extended family or my family from the Northeast, that's even
Yeah.
more so because
Yeah.
they don't have Wawa, so they
And I do
only
love
have
Wawa,
Dunkin'.
but the problem with Wawa is that they don't have a drive-through.
But they're about
Hence
to have Tervises.
the problem with they already do.
Oh, they do have Tervises.
They had them
so.
at the one in Limerick when I got my thing. 2 weeks
Your
ago.
broken hand.
When I broke my hand. Okay, so my turn for deals and
Deals
steals.
and steals.
Deals and steals. We had our yard sale last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We sold some stuff.
It certainly
We
did.
still have more stuff. Everything must go. If you're looking
If it-
for something, let us know.
The desk, 55 inches long, 23 inches wide,
I-
for free.
A jogging stroller, $20. I did sell my spinning wheel,
Yes, you
which
did.
was bittersweet. Yesterday, a really nice lady from North Carolina came to the house to pick up my spinning wheel. She did not drive all the way up here just for that. She actually has family about 15 minutes away from here, which is crazy. So yeah, my beloved spinning wheel has been rehomed,
Mm-hmm.
and I was happy I got my full asking price for it, which is just about as much as I had into it. So
Great.
hopefully someday I'll be rehabbed enough from top to bottom to
To get back to it.
get back to that. But
Sure.
until now, we need the money. So,
Yeah.
and my other deal and steal was I went up to there's a store called Charming Charlie, which is
Charming Charlie. Charming Charlie.
Charming Charlie.
Charlie Mountain Charlie.
You're gonna confuse the people. I'm trying to tell them about this store.
Okay, what's the store called?
It's called Charming Charlie.
Charming Charlie. Go ahead.
Just ignore him. So it's a ladies' accessories store, just real inexpensive stuff. But one of the things that they do is they organize everything by color. So if you know that you have a green dress to wear to an event and you need to get a little pocketbook and some earrings and whatever to go with it, you can go in this store and can I help you?
Playing. I'm playing with the camera.
This is going to be a great audio podcast. It's going to be super. So everything is organized by color, and then you can find something to match whatever. So they were having a buy one, get one free sale on all of their clearance jewelry. So the stuff is really inexpensive to start with. Then it was on clearance, and then it was buy one, get one free. So I also had a coupon. It's the whole thing. I got 12 necklaces for like $40.
All right, so
Yesterday.
let me throw some quick throws at you. Let me know if I went to Charming Charlie and I wanted a magenta.
You would be bored out of your mind.
If I, as a person, not me, as Stephen Haberman, if one would say I need a magenta belt, would I find it at Charming Charlie?
Well, they don't have a great selection of belts.
Okay. If I wanted a teal tiara, would I be able to find it at Charming Charlie?
Tiaras.
This
either,
place
honey.
is useless.
They have a lot of necklaces, earrings, rings. Then they have a lot of like girly accessory stuff, like wine totes and
Wine totes.
cosmetics cases and little mirrors.
Cosmic
and,
cases.
Yeah.
Sound like a case of the yawns, but hey, you found some stuff that was helpful. for you.
So if you would stop interrupting, let me
Sorry.
talk.
Trying to be
I
entertaining.
would tell you. Because are you suggesting I'm not entertaining?
No, I'm suggesting that you are completely entertaining, and I am just entertaining the other half of the human race that is not entertained.
So I'm only half entertaining.
You're as entertaining as you need to be,
Okay.
and I am also as entertaining.
I went in and I got 12 necklaces for $40, and most of them also came with earrings, so it was a win. Because I wanted to get some necklaces and accessories for when my LuLaRoe inventory gets here that I can style with different pieces. So, that another deal and steal. Speaking of styling in LuLaRoe,
Mm-hmm.
I got an awesome new camera, thanks to
hey.
Steve, who made a great deal cashing in our Marriott credit card reward points.
That's
for
right.
A really, really nice Sony digital camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing around with that, photographing on my mannequin, which I also got on a deal from a friend's sister who was going out of business, sold me a mannequin.
There you go.
So we got deals and steals coming out our ears.
But of the ones that another individual could take advantage of,
Charming Charlie has a sale.
Charming Charlie has
Yes.
sales. Awesome. 2, if you have to travel for work, use a Hilton or Marriott card, gain those loyalty points, and if you're not going to use them for a vacation yourself, cash them in for some neat stuff. We have the Amazon Echo.
Oh yeah, we got that too.
With
Steve travels a
Alexa.
lot for work.
Yeah.
So he earns a lot of points.
And we just got that camera, and I think we cashed out for like $100 Amazon gift card at some point as well.
Well, and
so.
we used a couple nights to stay
sure.
in a
Yeah,
hotel
we
at
had
Rehoboth Beach last
2,
year. So.
I think it was 2 nights for free. So we had 3 nights that we were able to stay. And we do have a free night this year that I have to
Sweet.
remember.
Don't hit the arm.
Yeah, sorry. Just trying to reach for you. Smacking your broken arm.
Let me get your attention by whacking your broken part. All right. Next segment.
I just wanted to show that you can actually. We're not that far from
No,
each
we're
other.
not. We're
Yeah, okay. I
striking
got it.
distance.
All right. I have to find the segment music. And the next segment.
it's kind of fun.
Yays and nays.
Normally I add that after the fact.
Yeah.
The music.
You can listen to it.
We don't normally get to
We
listen
don't
to
usually get to dance to it. That's right.
it. Yays and nays. All right. Well, can I start?
Yeah.
Can I start with a nay?
You're gonna nay first.
I'm gonna nay first, and then get all the negative naying out.
Okay,
All right.
negative nayer.
It's because we already talked about it. Nay to being in a splint for 4 to 6 weeks in my dominant hand. It is extremely inconvenient. I actually made a list of all the things that are easy to do with one's dominant hand in a splint. Would you like to hear it?
All the things that are easy to do.
All the things that are very easy to do.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Number 1,
Mhm.
absolutely freaking nothing.
Oh. Caught me off guard there. I wasn't ready for
that's
the.
end of the list.
Wasn't ready for the
I also made.
punchline.
I should have written, but in my mind I have this Venn diagram, right, of like things I need to do on a daily basis in this circle, and then things that are easy to do with my dominant hand in a splint, and it's a Venn diagram. See how
Okay.
they don't intersect at all?
They're not intersecting.
Right.
That's a problem.
So nay. But
Nay.
but yes, but I'm hoping that it will help. So I think we talked about it last time. I was just getting ready to go to the doctor. I do have that de Quervain's tendonitis in my hand, and it was really bad. The doctor said he could see it from across the room.
Oof.
So yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
So we're
And
hoping that fixes it.
Hopefully, yeah. 4 to 6 weeks of.
So now do I yay or do you nay?
I guess I can nay.
How about you nay, and then we'll both yay at the end.
Nay, for me, is the life of a pinball owner.
Oh. Yeah.
Pinball machine is down. Was excited to play it. Have not been able to play it for a little while, and it's mine, so like that's frustrating.
It's ours.
But also ours. Yes, sorry. It's ours, so it's frustrating mostly because it's like you go out of your way to get it. It's in your home, and now you can't play.
Yeah.
It. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
frustrating. And on top of that, it's also it's a very difficult machine to manage. You don't know all of the different things that you can do with it, and if you don't know all of the functionality of that system and how to solder and troubleshoot, that downtime is a lot longer. So hopefully we'll get it figured out. For now, I've got it opened up, and I've got a phone call out to the repair guy to kind of walk me through some of the suggestions that he has. So that's my nay.
Nay. All right, shall we yay?
Sure.
My yay this week is deep fried Oreos.
Okay. Yes, those were quite good.
We went out on a date this past week. Seems like every time we record, it's right after we've been out on a date to Railroad Street.
Because we want to
for
boast
pinball.
about it.
It's
We're like,
true.
oh my God, we had a date.
Oh my God, we went on a date. We need to tell the world it happened.
We should
But yes,
podcast.
we were up there on Thursday and finally got to try the deep fried Oreos, which are amazing.
They're very good.
So, yay for deep fried Oreos. You?
For me, my yay is the emergence of, I would describe them as like flex waistband pants and shorts.
Oh, I didn't know that's where you were going.
Khaki, because I got to wear a lot like khakis or cargo pants for work, and I have to be somewhat dressed up. And the I just like khakis for some reason. Just the way in which they fit on me are are very hard to find a good fit. They're usually too long at the length.
You don't have a butt.
I don't have any butt at all. I'm buttless.
He really is. He's the buttless wonder.
I'm not spineless. I have a spine.
He does.
It just continues to my legs.
It goes right down into his legs with no butt. He has no ifs, ands, or butt.
But anyway.
Like a Hebrew National hot dog.
What?
Kosher hot dogs.
They don't have butts?
No.
Because they're made of
something they don't use butt meat because it's not a kosher cut of meat. That's their slogan. No ifs, ands, or butts. Look it up.
I don't appreciate that. Okay. But
what?
That's fine.
I don't even eat them, and I know this.
I don't know that stuff because I don't look to find out what pieces of meat are in my hot dog.
Well, that's their point, is that you should.
Well, I'm telling Hebrew National.
We buy turkey hot dogs, so it doesn't matter in the slightest.
It's just turkey. Whatever part of the turkey that they're using is fine.
What part of the turkey is the
Don't ask those questions. Nobody wants to know that information.
Like the time when we were in college, we went out to eat, and you asked the waitress what scrapple was made of, and she goes, "Oh, honey, you don't want to know."
Probably.
Yeah.
Just like
Do you remember that?
No.
Oh.
So, anyways, that's something that I've seen at Kohl's and on the road lately. It's not like one of these like elastic waistbands.
Right.
That's not it. It's just that the texture or the materials that they're using have some stretch to them. They stay at basically the same size, apart from give or take a little bit.
They're a lot like that one pair of maternity jeans that I had, with just the stretchy in the back.
Well, these ones are stretchy the whole way around.
Well,
but yeah,
might have
like
been on the way around. Like not the ones with the panel or anything like that, but it was just like
because they make these things and like for suit pants, it's like just a clasp that it's just like
you
here
can tighten it.
You can make it. It
they
just
make
has
kids
more
pants like that too.
Yeah, and it's just like there's more material here if you need it.
Yeah.
It's like that's fine, but like when you're not wearing a suit, you're not going to have those. And when you get like something that's like, oh well, there's this elastic part that lets it be wider, like wider or thinner. The problem is that if you fit in them pretty comfortably into that size, they're going to fall off if you put your hand in your pocket.
Right.
Or
your keys or your phone.
Yeah. Or on the opposite end of the spectrum, if they are fitting you comfortably so they're not going to go anywhere, they feel like they're cutting off your circulation. Yeah. They're just that tight. So I've never found, like, I really have a hard time finding clothes that I feel comfortable in. I do have a gut, so
because you worked your butt off.
Worked my butt off.
You don't have a butt.
It's gone.
It gone.
Anyway, so yay for the flexy, waisty, stretchy clothes. That are also acceptable.
Pairs well with my yay. Pairs well with eating deep fried Oreos.
Yeah.
And you got your elastic waistband.
There you go. Got your eating pants.
And if you eat enough of them, maybe you'll develop a butt.
I don't think
Lord knows that's where they've gone on me.
That's not where they're going on me.
Well,
anyway,
I forgot that was video for a second. Sorry, everybody.
Yay. The Elgato Stream.
You have more than one yay?
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
Yeah. Oh. The Elgato Stream Deck. You will not see it showing off today during the stream, but what it allows you to do is customize buttons.
Can you hold it up so they can see it?
Sure. So this is the Elgato Stream Deck.
So cool.
A lot of people know about this on Twitch, but what's really exciting about this is that you can customize what's being presented. So I've got a button here that's called closing, and it's a picture of my daughter in her car seat looking confused.
Is that sudden realization infant?
Sudden realization infant.
That was great. It was a picture of Gracie that we made into a meme.
Yep.
Because she's like, my favorite use of it was when we said, "You mean to tell me they have a whole week just for sharks?"
Yeah.
We'll have to see if we can find that and put it in the show notes.
So I'm using that to help build for LuLaRoe live streams, to help build my own streams for pinball, as well as for consoles.
Epic LuLaRoe live streams.
They're gonna be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
But anyway, I wanted to make sure that I called that out because it's a brand new product. A lot of people are really asking, like, does it make sense to use? Does it make sense for me? Will it be something that I want to do? And I've been really enjoying it. I think it's worthwhile. It's not cheap. It's $150. But for the folks that are making a living on YouTube, Twitch, and using those live stream services, this is a quick call to action us to bring up something on your stream that you want to show off, to bring up something, change a scene while you're moving around around your room, around the office, around whatever you're doing. And for me, what makes me incredibly excited about it is live on-site events. I do the Extra Life Marathon every year, and one of the hardest parts is to say, all right, well, we're going to switch over to the other room, and I have to unplug everything that I have,
physically
move it over there, and then plug it in.
So this would allow you, if you had cameras set up in 3 different rooms, to just
click a button and switch
go to the other camera.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so that is my yays.
Yays and nays.
And the
that
nays.
means we're going on to the next segment.
Next segment.
Haber Home Companion. This is where I have so much stuff. So let's get into it.
Let's get to it.
So, since this is our first time video podcasting,
Mhm.
people probably wouldn't know, but I recently got my hair cut.
Which is unique.
It was my biannual haircut. Every 2 years, I get my hair cut, whether I need it or not. This year I did.
Good.
And I donated it. I had just over a foot of hair cut off, and I donated most of that to an organization called Children with Hair Loss, which is exactly what it sounds like. They create hair pieces for children with hair loss due to a wide variety of circumstances that can lead to that. And they do it all at no cost to the families and the kids, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I had looked into it a number of years ago when I was looking to donate my hair, because I had been hearing things about some different organizations, like there's Locks of Love and Pantene Beautiful Lengths and different programs and stuff, and I was hearing that some of these organizations might not necessarily be doing everything on the up and up, maybe not doing everything that they could be doing to get hair pieces to people who need them.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to make sure that if I was going to do this, that it was actually going to get used and go to somebody who needed it. So
yeah,
this is an organization that I researched and found to be worthy.
Worthy of
this
your
is
locks.
this is my third time donating to that organization in particular. So I did that.
What else?
What else? We made a trip to IKEA,
Oh yes.
which was amazing.
IKEA.
We bought 400 hangers. So we bought 100 packs of 4 hangers, which the cashier had to scan each individually.
Yep.
All
She
100
appreciated
of them.
my
She couldn't just,
ingenuity by I hung all of the
Around
hangers
the shopping
around
cart.
the shopping cart so that she can just go around the shopping cart and scan them. And she appreciated that.
Yeah. And what else did we got? A bunch of the bags. We got a track lighting fixture.
Track lighting for the
we
LuLaRoe
got-
room.
Yeah, we got chair pads for the dining room table.
Chair
They're
pads.
so nice.
Very excited. You're
In
sitting
fact,
on
am I
one
sitting
now?
on one right now? They probably can't see it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, if you back it up. Okay.
Oh my
they're-
god, chair pads.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
If you
We did not get any
love
meatballs
chairs
while we were there.
but hate wood.
But if you don't have a butt, so you need something soft to sit on in a chair.
Well, then you buy the one that I.
Well, yeah. But what else did we get while we were there? We had a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, we got that 3-tier rolly cart that everybody and their mother has to have. Because I had to have
It's
it.
a nice rolly cart. I don't know what we'll use it for, but
I'm going
that's
to
up
use
to
it
you.
for packing and shipping supplies for
Great.
Lula. So, speaking of Lula, we are in the throes of LuLaRoe prep. I am anticipating about another 4 to 5 weeks in the queue. So I'm probably beyond the halfway point right now, which is exciting. We had the room painted this week. by our former neighbor Drew, who does an amazing job. If you're local and need a recommendation for a handyman / painter / contractor
Message
guy,
us.
message us. We will give you his number. He's fantastic. And we also submitted all the paperwork for our LLC.
Mm-hmm.
So that is in the works.
Yeah, we are
So
being a company
yeah, so that's
for the LuLaRoe.
That's all the LuLaRoe stuff. We also, as I mentioned, we had a date to Railroad Street for pinball, but a couple weeks ago it was our 7th wedding anniversary, and we also got to go on a date to Movie Tavern, which is one of our favorite places, and we got to see
Indiana Jones
and the Last Crusade, which is, I think, collectively our favorite movie.
Yes, I would say it's probably I've fought for a long time because I really appreciate Gladiator as a movie.
And I hate that movie so hard.
It's an awesome movie, but I don't know. Then Iron Man, the first Iron Man that came out from Marvel, was incredible and also was like my favorite character, my favorite fictional character. But really, when it comes down to it, there isn't a movie that I like to quote as much that I can appreciate every scene of.
That we considered naming our child after a character in.
Yes. Our daughter, Indiana.
Had she been a boy, she would have been named
Henry Jones Haberman. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know.
That's a fact.
You never know.
And it was funny. We actually had tickets to see Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade at Movie Tavern, April 15th of 2015. And we had the tickets, and we were all excited to go. And then, surprise, Grace was born April 13th. So we didn't get to go and use our tickets, and we were super disappointed. But we waited. 2 years later, it came back around, and we were able to go.
Circle of Life.
That's a different movie.
Is when Nazis steal the grill.
We chose wisely.
But yeah, that was really
fun.
And Movie Tavern, there's a few locations, not that many across the country.
There's a lot more than there used to be, though.
Yeah,
they're really expanding.
There's Alamo Draft House is one of the ones that are on the south. I know Movie Tavern is also in the south.
There's a lot of them in Texas.
Yeah, so that's just it's becoming more and more popular. It's awesome.
It's
a
movie theater.
Eat a full meal with alcoholic beverages if you'd like.
So in the theater, you've got your big comfy seat, and then there's one of those tray kind of tables, kind of like you probably had in your college lecture hall, you know. And then there's a button on it, and you can push the button, and then they'll come, and they serve you a full meal. You can order a full menu, food, drink, snacks, candy. Whatever. So it's
if you're there early enough, now ours in Collegeville does assign seating, so you buy your tickets and already know where you're seating, which
so nice,
I love.
You used to have to get to the theater like an hour and a half before the showtime because the theaters are very small. That's one drawback because the seats are big and the aisles are really wide to accommodate the wait staff coming through and bringing stuff. So the theaters don't seat hundreds of people.
Yeah, they might seat 100.
Yeah, maybe.
At
like
max.
80, maybe.
Yeah. So we've been really enjoying it. It's a great time, and to being able to see Indiana Jones in theater, which neither of us did get to do when it originally was released.
No, because we were like 2 years old.
Well, I don't know. It was in the 90s, right?
No.
It came out in the 80s?
In the 80s, I think. I think it was 1989 was Last Crusade.
Okay.
Shall I ask Siri?
Ask the Googles. You have to ask Siri? All right. Ask Siri.
What year did Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade come out?
Say like 93. 1989.
Who said 1989? Wow. We have it on record. I love it. May 24th, 1989. Yeah, so that's celebrating a birthday this year.
Yeah.
Or this week, I mean. It's celebrating a birthday this year.
Every year.
And every other year as well. So
that was great.
Yeah. We've also been watching a lot of hockey.
Hockey.
Go Penguins.
Go Penguins.
Go Penguins. So they clinched the playoff spot on, they won the playoffs.
They're in the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, they're in the final. They won they won the semifinal.
They won the quarterfinal and the semifinal. Yeah. So I don't know.
They won a lot of hockey games, and now they get to try for the big prize.
So there was exciting games.
Yeah.
Game 7 came to overtime.
Double
Overtime in Game
yeah.
7, so that was nuts. I think
Which
we
was
went to
crazy
bed
because
beforehand.
I said to Steve, I was like,
Before
who
it
was
over,
it?
excuse me.
Who was it? The
Kunitz.
Kunitz. I was like, I just want Chris Kunitz to score a goal with like 3 minutes left and end it. And it didn't happen with 3 minutes left, but he did score the game-winning goal in double overtime after a 34-game scoring drought.
And he got 2 goals that game.
And he got 2 goals that game, so it's kind of I just knew it. I had a good feeling about Kunitz. So we're going to be watching the Stanley Cup final, and which may or may not start tonight.
I have no idea.
Shoot. I'm a super fan. I just don't know when the games
She's
are.
more of the fan of the hockey than I am, which is perfectly fine.
And I take a lot of crap being in the Philadelphia area and being a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, but, you know, they're just my team.
Yep.
I got behind them in the mid-90s, like around 1996, because my best friend at the time was from, her family, I guess, was from Pittsburgh, and so she was a huge Pittsburgh hockey fan, and she was my best friend, and that's when I started getting interested in hockey, and because that was how I just kind of got involved with that team, and they've been my team ever since. And at that time in the mid-90s, they were the worst team in the NHL.
They're
so
bad.
It has been a steady climb over the last 20 years. So, and I have one more thing on my list.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago, you must have been away.
Yep.
So I took Grace down to the Elmwood Park Zoo, which is our local zoo, and my dad was able to come with us, and we had a great time at the zoo, walking around, seeing the different animals. It's not nearly as big as the Philadelphia Zoo. They don't have all of that kind of stuff, but they have neat things to see, and it's a really nice, doable zoo, especially with little kids who, you know, can't be the whole day walking around. And we only got through half of it, even with it being small, but we have season passes there. And the highlight of that was that we got to feed the giraffes, which is something you can do if you get there at certain times of day, giraffe feeding times. And you give like $5 and they give you a bunch of lettuce, and you can take it up and feed the lettuce to the giraffes. Well, Grace just thought it was the neatest thing. Now, she went through the full spectrum of toddler emotions in the course of like 25 seconds as we got up there. From being terrified to thinking it was hilarious to being kind of in shock and awe to being kind of like, you know, really excited. And so it was neat to watch. But there was one littler one that then came over and she gave it some lettuce. She goes, "The baby eats!" It was great. So if we do show notes for this, I'll try
Baby
The baby eats! And she's still talking about it.
Yeah.
It was like maybe 3-4 weeks ago. She's still talking about
And every once in a while she's just, "No, eat
No
me."
bite. Well, when we first walked into the zoo, every animal she saw, she was going, "No bite me," like to the bald eagles that were in the thing. I'm like, nothing is gonna bite you. But then the thing that she actually had her fingers like 2 inches from its mouth that could have conceivably bitten her, she had no concern about being bitten. So it was pretty funny.
Worked out.
It did. So that's the Haberhome Companion for me. A whirlwind of the last month of our life.
Yeah, I think the big part of that is there's been a lot of travel.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of change in the house. We've, you know, moved a whole bunch of different furniture.
Yes.
Like our upstairs extra room used to be the owlery, which was all yarn.
It was all my crafts, my sewing, my knitting.
And we've transitioned all of that out so that we can move the LuLaRoe stuff in there, having it painted by our friend and handyman. So that was really helpful, and it's just nice to know, like, as Kate had said earlier today, it was just like we're past the let's tear it all down. It's now let's build it up with the mindset that we are building towards something.
Yeah,
building
like
to have
I
something
have a
ready.
really hard time with change, and it was just one of those things where we had to empty a room of the house. So everything that was in that room had to then go somewhere else. And the rest of our house was already kind of at capacity. So then it's like, okay, well now we've got to move stuff around in all these rooms to make room to get all this stuff out. So it was like every single room of the house pretty much was affected by this. And at the same time, I was trying to prep for a yard sale, which then got rained out and rescheduled for the following week, and pricing stuff going through all of our baby clothes. What are we going to sell? What are we going to give to my sister for their new baby? You know, all of this kind of stuff. So it was just a lot of mayhem and chaos and mess and clutter. But now we've, like I said, we've been through the yard sale and sold some stuff, thrown some stuff out, moved some stuff, got a couple more bins at Target to go up into the attic.
There you go.
Got that stuff out of the way. So now we're really in the fun part.
Ready, raring to go.
Yep.
So I think that's everything.
That's that, Mr. That's That.
All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you were.
Let us know what you think.
In
if
email.
If you're listening to this.
knit8bitcast@gmail.com. That's knit in the number 8-bit cast, C-A-S-T, @gmail.com. And you'll be able to let us know what you think. Put your reviews in iTunes so that we know that you're out there and that you're enjoying it. We are updating the website so that these are on the website as well. So there will be an audio version of this podcast.
We're sorry if you're listening to it and it doesn't make any sense because you can't see the things.
The important part is that I know that there were some dropped frames during the live stream of it, so you may have missed a couple lines here and there. So I'm going to review that, see if that worked well enough.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do this again. Maybe we'll go back to just doing the audio version. But we want to try new things. We want to try different things because we are going to be a live streaming family with LuLaRoe, with my video game streams, with the pinball streams, and honestly, I do it for work. To train on software, so it's just something that we're trying to see if it would make sense to incorporate into what we're trying to do here. Yeah. So this was fun. I enjoyed it.
This was fun because I'm not going to have to edit this and edit out all of the and the me talking like William Shatner because I'm trying not to say
Yep.
And I just
going to be there.
Talk like this. I'm trying to get better about that.
That's no problem.
So.
Well.
Take us or leave us, guys. This is what we are. All right, well then, until next time, keep your needles
and your controllers clicking.
Bye-bye now. That's not the, yeah, there.
Come and see me.
All right. That's it.
There you go. So recorded